Daily Horoscope, the 23rd of September 2017. Aries. It is with the blessing of Neptune that you will have an understanding between your spouse or partner and you, especially if you are not sparing of sweet words and refined attentions. Be tolerant and conciliatory. Unmarried, the situation of your loves will lend itself to confusion. You will often come back on your decisions, you will gamble gears for a long time, or you will retreat faster than you advance, changing targets along the way or suddenly renouncing initiatives deemed too risky. Do not cultivate exaggerated ambitions. Consider first consolidating your professional situation, without being drawn into your attraction for an area in which your competence remains to be proved. Keep yourself up to date in all areas of your work. Chess and success will alternate. Taurus. The departure of Saturn will definitely lighten the atmosphere for many couples who have just passed through a phase of disagreement or more simply lack of sexual enthusiasm. You are no longer in quarantine. Bachelor, the moon in this aspect will favor the thunderbolts. But if love can come suddenly, it can also depart in the same way, so there will be quite unexpected breaks. This date seems decisive for more than one reason for the sudden and positive changes that Mercury will bring to you in the professional field. You will be able to realize yourself fully in a new direction. Thanks to the good aspects of this planet, you will know right away the solutions to remember, the directions to take. Gemini. Native couple living, Mars will wake you up. You will show a clear resurgence of love for your spouse or partner. If you live alone, this situation will weigh you, and you will be in the mood to fall in love. But be careful, if you take a passion for a coworker, which is very possible, do not go blindly to declare your flame. Inquire first, and only reveal yourself if the other is free and seems sensitive to your presence. This astro-dominated Jupiterian environment promises changes and setbacks in your work. You will have to do violence for you to adapt and, sometimes also, launch yourself into the unknown, something you do not particularly like. Cancer. Your life as a couple will look like a long, quiet river. You will get along well with your spouse or partner, calmly discussing changes and major projects. Single, the negative Venusian influences of the day will attract you to people who do not suit you on the sexual or intellectual plane, or whose aspirations differ totally from yours. If you cannot escape from this trap, your mistake may cost you dear, both figuratively and literally. Your career will not be your focus this time. It will be routine at the office or at the factory, and you will not complain about it. Just be careful with your distraction, make sure you do not forget anything important. Leo. Quiet couple atmosphere, where you live on your achievements, to the rhythm of your work and your family obligations. If you find your life as a couple too purring, it will be up to you to put on animation by training your spouse in sports or leisure activities. Unmarried, you will find yourself facing a classic dilemma, that of knowing exactly what you want. The head and the heart, the reason and the feelings, the choice will not be easy to make. Pluto will once again awaken your ambition, but as it is badly positioned, success will not fall you all cooked in the beak. Still, you will be able to use these planetary impulses in a positive way. Pluto has the effect of strengthening the will. You will this time hang on until total success. Virgin. The moment is looking rather delicate for the couples of long date. Indeed, because of the negative influence of Saturn in an unfavorable position, you risk bending under the weight of habits and routine. As Uranus will accentuate, at the same time, your irresistible urge for change, you may be tempted to make important decisions on a whim, without consultation with your spouse or partner. Single, even if the solitude weighs you, avoid engaging in a relationship that you will have a hard time, then, to free yourself. You will have trouble organizing yourself today. Your work responsibilities will not give you much time to blow. So, If you want to devote yourself to personal activities, you will have to juggle skillfully with your schedule. But you'll get there. Libra. With this planetary environment, do your best to find the opportunity to make a small couple getaway today. This will allow you both to consolidate your relationships and regain your inner peace. During this day, many singles of the sign risk to show a certain sentimental laissez-faire. Naturally sociable, they will always attract sympathies, but will be able to leave the qualitative aspect of their relations. Rejoice. Thanks to the good offices of Saturn, you will benefit from a greater freedom of action in your trade. You, who have so much difficulty in complying with the rules and constraints of office or factory life, will finally be able to breathe. In addition, your relationships with your colleagues will be very constructive. If you make them a flower, be sure that they will send you the lift. Scorpio. Your conjugal life will flourish at a frenzied pace. You will not have to complain, your partner will admire you and love you. The more intense your feelings, the more you will experience shared joys. Bachelor, with this astral environment, you will probably find the soulmate before the 12 strokes of midnight, provided of course, open your eyes and ears well. Thereafter, you will have no reason to complain about the sentimental loneliness. Mercury will push you to question your career direction completely, you will turn to a different activity, or you will radically change your current way of working. Sagittarius. If you have not been divorced for the past 2 years, the hardest part is probably behind you. You will no longer have to patiently reconstruct happiness and complicity as a couple. Bachelor, it will not be a very odd day in matters of heart. You will have a rather anarchic spirit in this area, which will not favor a great balance at the moment. Loves will not last, and you will have to be wary of decisions made today. For many natives engaged in active life, Mars, the dominant star of the day, will be a factor of chance, but above all of consolidating what has been undertaken. Those who work in a hierarchy could be given new responsibilities. Those who pursue independent or liberal professions will benefit from the loyalty of their clientele. Capricorn. Bachelors, undergoing the injunctions of the moon well aspected, you will go hunting hearts with enthusiasm and fanaticism worthy of the faithful of the Ayatollahs. You will often be on a minefield, but it will be very difficult to warn you. If you are a couple living together, be prepared to speak frankly with your spouse or partner about some basic problems that could eventually worsen if you do nothing to resolve them. By remaining very vigilant, you will continue to benefit from the conjugal happiness. The planet Neptune will allow you to affirm your personality and make arrangements useful for the development of your career. Do not hesitate to take the steps that would attract you sympathies and support. Aquarius. The present astral configuration will favor the passionate atmosphere in the life of a couple. So, crescendos of the soul and lamentos of the flesh in perspective. You will be a great duo with your spouse or partner. The moon, it will come to give more spice to your show. Single, sky lovers will be clear and very promising. You will have a good chance of making an important encounter. Only the shadow of this idyllic picture, the moon in disharmonic aspect, can make you excessively demanding and unrealistic. Do not back down your professional entourage. There is too much electricity in the air right now, and you would have a hard time controlling the situation. Redouble your caution and rigor. Pisces. In couples already tied, the passion even a little chilled will revive. You will rediscover the chosen one of your heart, who will present a new facet of his rich personality. Renewal therefore in your life as a couple. Unmarried, there's no point in saddening you. With the stars Venus and Mars combining their strength, you will not avoid a major encounter. You will meet someone who will touch you on all levels, mind, heart and sex. Let yourself go to this passion, which is born under excellent auspices. If you have to take exams or do refresher courses, you will be very confident. So you will have every chance to succeed brilliantly. If you work, you will get a great reward today.